I'm Katie Skovholt. I'm the Executive Director of Seattle Pro Musica, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to our closing night stream, closing our online auction, Siren Song. This will be a short stream. I just wanted to have something where you could hang out with us as we close this auction. Thank you so much, those of you who've been involved in such vigorous bidding. We truly appreciate all of the wars that have been going on, specifically over items having to do with Seattle Pro Musica fundraising. So we appreciate you for participating and for donating and being with us this whole week. I wanted to let you know that our closing is scheduled for 7:15 p.m. sharp, and that will not be a 7:15 p.m. that I decide here on this stream. This stream is slightly delayed. We've got at least a 30-second lag between when I say something and when you hear me say something, so it wouldn't make any sense for me to be the person who closes the stream with words. Instead, it is set to automatically close at 7:15 p.m. Seattle time, in case that wasn't clear. I'm not going to be making a cocktail for you this evening. I'm in my office instead, but I hope that if you have the inclination towards it, you have a very nice beverage in front of you or accessible, whether it has octane or is low octane or is high octane, whatever you like to do. And I'm seeing some folks saying hello in the chat. If you're listening to this or watching it on the auction page, please do feel free to click through to the YouTube so that you can interact with Jan, Liz, Robert, and Wes so far in the chat. Sound off if you're here saying howdy. Nice to see all of those lovely names. In fact, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click a heart. Ah, that's for you. Oh, never mind. It wants me to sign in separately. I'm a streamer, my friends. I am a streamer. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk you through a couple of the things that I think could use a little more love in this online auction, things that are going for absolute steals. So first, let's switch over to browser mode, Katie. Oh, hello. There I am. So when we're looking at the auction page itself, this is Seattle Pro Musica's SPM 2024.maxgiving.bid/items to get you to all of the pages of the auction. I've got some featured items here on top, and I'd love to talk to you about them. But first, if you're looking for great deals or specific categories of item, you can use the category menu here to narrow things down. If you're looking for something in the food and drink category, for example, go ahead and click that, and then you can see everything that's currently available for bid. If you want some big meal salads, we got 6 of them coming to you once a month for the next 6 months. We've got some pies, we've got a board, we've got everything but the tomatoes starts for your garden from Lillian Balmforth. So use these category filters on this menu to find the things you're most interested in. And then you also have access to this great deals filter for all of the items that are in our online silent that perhaps are going for undervalue or significantly undervalue. Maybe there's something there that you deeply wish to snipe and have for your very own. So I recommend you take a look at some of these beautiful things that are available at great value based on their fair market value identified by the donors who've put them into the auction. And what a great time for me to say again, thank you so much to everyone who's donated items for this auction. We couldn't have a fundraising auction without items, goods, and services. So thank you so much to those who've been able to put something in for us here. I'm going to try and mess with my chat because I don't have it anymore. It's gone away from me entirely. I guess, do I have to sign in? Well, I guess I'll do it later. If you say something to me and it's great, you know that I love it. And if you say something to me and it's mean, boo. So that's where we are, I suppose. Okay, let's take a look at a couple specific items that I think you might be interested in learning more about and possibly bidding on. First, we've got a classic black and white film portrait session donated by Steve Williamson. Steve Williamson is a very well-renowned photographer. He's got some examples of his beautiful portraiture. Here's one of Pramila Jayapal and Bernie Sanders, for example, because he's highly skilled and in the know. And then How fun is that one with his large format film camera? Think tripod and old school cloak over the head. What a fun idea! And it's right now going for just $249 for a full session with Steve. An individual, a couple, or a pet could be there. You got an hour-long preliminary consultation followed by a 1.5-hour portrait session from Steve, and then you'll get 2 mounted 8x10 darkroom prints and an 11x14 darkroom print. And this is just absolutely a steal at this moment. So let me encourage you to take a look at catalog number 502, Classic Black and White Film Portrait Session. Next, in the items that could use a little more love, 7 Days at Whistler, July 6th through 13th, 2024. Now, if you're in Seattle Pro Musica, you can't bid on this. I'm so sorry. Well, that's not quite true. If you are singing Final Fantasy with Seattle Pro Musica at Benaroya Hall in July, which, by the way, we are the choir singing Final Fantasy at Benaroya Hall in July. If you are in the group of people doing that, this won't work for you because those dates overlap and conflict. But what a steal for a week of summertime at Whistler Village. The Stony Creek North Star unit is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. It sleeps 4 comfortably, includes a full kitchen. You'll have access to the pool and the spa. And right now, this full week at Whistler, a full week, is going for $900. Those dates are fixed. They can't be changed. It is July 6th through 13th. But if you are interested, take a look at those, the value here going to Whistler. Look how beautiful it is in the summertime as well. And that must be the unit itself. Otherwise, why would I have a picture of it, right? Incredible. So great. All right, we've got the vinyl of the month. We've got 6 vinyls coming to you, and I swear, if you don't know these artists, this is some incredibly good stuff here coming to you, donated by Wes, Eric, Miriam, Susan and Josie, Miriam again, and Danny, coming to you with a vinyl of the month. And give it a shot. If you're not interested in these artists yet, you might be once you hear them. And right now, it's going for $61 with a fair market value of $150. And so, if you've got a turntable, this may be the item for you. I also want to draw your attention to Karen's bouquet of fresh herbs for your kitchen. Now, the thing about these bouquet of fresh herbs is what you see here in this picture, it's a representative picture. It's the idea of a bouquet of fresh herbs. But really, truly, Karen will give you what is closer to a bucket of fresh herbs. I mean, a huge amount of overflowing handfuls of herbs from her garden. She'll have rosemary, she'll have sage, she'll have oregano, she'll have mint, she'll have thyme, chive, and tarragon. And it's not just like one little bouquet of herbs that you can toss into your ragu, but it's going to be a lot of herbs for you. Now, it doesn't come with plants, no roots, so you will need to, in fact, be ready to use those herbs, but that bouquet is much more significant than perhaps you knew about in advance. So, those are just a couple of the items that you might want to consider while we are in our last few minutes of our auction here. So get in there, snipe those items, get bidding along. I see there is some activity. Perhaps some of you are planning to do some very last minute sniping, but I see some activity from Tim. We've got Rick, we've got Rose and Carmen, Robert, Kathy and Jordan all in there making those bids. And remember, all of the income that comes from these successful bids goes to support Seattle Pro Musica's ongoing education and engagement activities, our concert programs, our staff support, like the things that you need to make a successful nonprofit run into the future, be a legacy organization creating beautiful music and community opportunities from here until tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and on into the future. So thank you so much to those of you who've been able to bid so far, and those of you who've been able to make donations as well. I'd like to remind you, if you are an online only bidder, that we'd love to see your support of our upcoming virtual Fund a Dream as well. Our Fund a Dream project for 2024, I'll switch back here. there we are. Our Fun to Dream project for 2024 is our May 2025 concert on May 17th, 2025, featuring music for solo, cello, and chorus, featuring the incomparable Nathan Chan, assistant principal cellist of the Seattle Symphony. So we've got lots of information on this donations page about Nathan himself, and then of course about the exciting repertoire that will be part of this concert. It'll be music for cello and chorus by Caroline Shaw, Roxana Panufnik, and the world premiere of a new piece by Karen P. Thomas. And as I said in our opening night stream, I want to be really clear that that commission for Karen P. Thomas, who is our artistic director and conductor, was conducted separately from the Fun to Dream donations here. So Karen has already been commissioned for this new work for cello and chorus, and we have built this extraordinary concert around that piece and other wonderful pieces that Karen has chosen for Seattle ProMusica, including some pieces that don't feature the cello. The Howells Requiem will be on that concert, which is a perennial favorite, and of course Franz Biebel's Ave Maria. We have an Orpheon, our ensemble of tenors and basses, these past couple of years has been just so stunningly good that we're going to feature them in that Biebel Ave Maria, and it's going to be quite the thing to enjoy at St. James Cathedral in May 2025. So the support received on our virtual Fun to Dream, and then of course in person tomorrow via our in-person live auction, will go towards making that dream come true. That wonderful event will come together. So I'm looking at the time. It's 7:12 where I am, in the future or the past, depending on where you are. Where you imagine yourself in the timeline relation to me. But we've got only a couple of minutes left on this live auction action, and I just want to shout out the folks who are in there doing the thing here at the last minute. I really appreciate your ongoing support, your ongoing bidding. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Benjamin again. Getting in there and getting the things that you want in support of Seattle ProMusica. That's us. That's me, and it's Karen, and it's all the singers that are part of this glorious ensemble. So we're really, really grateful to you for your ongoing support. Let's see, let me look at my list of other things I needed to say to you. Fun to Dream project. Okay, so once you win, once the auction closes here in just a moment, what will happen is you can make the choice to close out your bids. You can you can pay your statement immediately online. If you've got an in-person a ticket for tomorrow's extravaganza at MOHAI, you can hold and pay all of those things together once you have concluded all of your auction experiences. But you can go ahead and finish that out. If you have not chosen to close out your auction activities by Monday, then I will do it for you. If you have a new credit card to provide, or if you are a person who is donating directly to Fun to Dream, making a direct financial contribution, and would prefer to do that through your IRA or your charitable giving fund, or your, there's another word for it, what's the other thing? Designated fund for giving. So if you're a person who has one of those and would prefer to write a check from one of those, we can work that out. Just send me an email at katie@seattlepromusica.org, and then we can score the details in the future. But I will be in touch with all of the winning bidders Monday or Tuesday to make sure that we've closed out the financials, and that we also get you in touch with the folks who have provided your items and make plans to get you your winnings. So if you've got a certificate, we can bring it to choir if you're in the choir. If you are a member of the community, double thank you for being part of this extravaganza, and we'll be in touch directly to make sure that you receive your items. Now where I am, it is 7:15, which means that our online auction is closed. It has concluded, and there are no more bids coming in. We have completed the online silent auction, and what an exciting thing to know that that's true. Now I'm trying to refresh my page to get you a final number on that online silent auction where we are, but my computer's mad at me, probably because we're in the middle of closing it. So let's see what happens here. Let's go back to my dashboard, and according to Max Giving, we are in we're loading. Haha! We raised $19,313 in the online silent auction. That's extremely good. And we raised another $3,900 in donations directly to Fund a Dream on this online platform. So bringing our current fundraising total to $23,213. That's wonderful news. Thank you for your participation, for your bidding, for your enjoyment of this time, I hope. And I'm going to try to deal with what looks like a total glitch on the back end where all of my ticketed guests have disappeared completely. So good luck to me. And thank you again so much for participating, for bidding, for sharing information about Seattle Pro Musica, and for being part of the family, part of the club, part of our ongoing supportive community. We couldn't do it without you, and we're grateful to have you here. And I'm going to solve this other problem, and then we're going to get you your items, and all will be well. I'm certain of it. For those of you who are joining us tomorrow at MOHAI, don't forget to check your email for some lovely tips and tricks from me and the staff at Seattle Pro Musica about when to arrive. And other than that, fair winds to all of you, my lovely friends here on the internet. I'll see you again soon, and goodbye.